Yo, what's up guys, it's Xnos here, and today I'm bringing you an unboxing video. Now, as you can see, it's just a brown box, nothing special right here. But what's actually inside is my Ouya. It's finally arrived, my limited edition. Now let me cover up my address real quick. You can see, you can kind of see it's not focused, hang on. Yeah, Ouya, all that shit. So, it's great to be finally getting this, and I want to get it open as quick as possible, so let's just get into it. Got a little pocket knife I'm using, or whatever, fucking don't care. Fuck. Would help if I could see. I need to figure out a better position to place these fucking cameras when I do this video, or these videos. Okay, got the top open. Now, let's take a look inside. We got a nice little Ouya box. Let's get this out of the way. So, there's the Ouya box. Nothing super special again. Model Ouya 1, made in China. And that's about it. So, let's cut the last stickers. And thank you for believing. Take off that sleeve, put that off to the side. We got just a nice little card. And in here, we have the, let me get that out of the way, limited edition Ouya in a very interesting brown. It looks a little pinker than I thought it would, which is kind of odd. Maybe it's just the lighting in my room. But let's take out the system first, because the system is where it's really interesting, because look at how small this is. Let's get out my Nexus 4 for comparison. Not a very big system. I do agree with the Rubik's Cube size that a lot of people have heard. It does get fingerprints, but they go away. Okay, so just like pressure. It does have a really nice feel to it. It has a premium feel because it does have that metal finish. And let's move it this way. We have nothing on the side. That was the initial backers of the standard edition had names of a top tier backing on the side. This one does not. On the back we have power, Ethernet, micro USB, HDMI, and USB. USB can be used for like hard drives and controllers, which is perfect because I have a 4-port hub, so I'll be able to hook that up. On the bottom we have a fan, which they recently, this was not like in the original design. They had actually built prototype units without the fans before they shipped out the dev units, and they added fans in so that they could heat it, or crank up the power even more. Let's take off this protective plastic. And here we go. It has, let me pull this off the side, all the proper certifications and stuff. I would focus it in, but I don't want to mess with the camera too much. Top plastic off, and on top we have the special screws along with the power button, and that's about it. And you are allowed to open this. It does not void your warranty to pop the system open, which is very nice, because that means that you could, for example, 3D print a custom case for this and actually use it. And they actually put up the models for 3D printed cases online. So if you have a MakerBot Replicator 2, I believe is the model that it was designed for, and you get an Ouya, you could print yourself a custom colored case, custom design if you want. I don't know how well whatever material you use would hold up in heat, so if this thing does end up heating up, you'd have to think about that. But let's put this off to the side right here so you can still see it. So next we have the controller. Now some people have had an issue where they receive their controller with the faceplate off. Luckily I didn't. That's always nice. Let's take it out, and I like it so far. I like the D-pad better than the Xbox. So let's just walk you through it. On the front, we have really nice thumbsticks. I really like how they feel. I feel like they could be a little better. The click is pretty nice too on the center. An OU or OUYA buttons instead of ABXY, or square, triangle, circle, X. Right here we have the center Ouya button, which serves as a start button for games. And if you hold down, it serves as the instantly close the app button. I would like to see them come up with a UI overview or overlay where you hold down on this and it kind of lets you do certain things, like switch between apps and stuff. Because, like, for example, I plan on installing the Google Music APK so that I can listen to my Google Music All Access, and so it would be nice to be able to change the settings without leaving the game. Next up, we have the touchpad right here. This is, if you've seen the PlayStation 4, this is essentially like the same concept, but this announced it first. And then if we look right here, we have really, really big triggers. The motion for them is not the best, but it still could have been a lot worse. I could see room for improvement right here. It's something that you'll just have to feel. These are just digital buttons, and they push in relatively easy. Right here, I'm guessing this is where the sensors are for the controller. Back, there's nothing. And then you'll notice all this tape around here. Oh, that's why they didn't come off. Okay, cool. So on the newer models, they're actually shipping the faceplates taped on because under rough conditions they can get bumped off. Now they probably won't come off while you're playing. They were designed not to do that because your hand is covering it. But they have been known under like high pressure to come off. Let's see if I can get this open. So that is just how it pops off. And you can see they actually put like each controller, it appears, has its own serial number too, which is pretty cool. And then you got your battery compartment right there, and then there's another one under this once I remove the tape. The plastic protection bowl crap. Let me pull this off to the side real quick, it'll be a little easier to see. And I think I got it. Yes. There we go. The little tab to pull it off was actually under the other piece of tape. I'm gonna move that. Did my camera... Okay, I thought my camera got bumped for a second. And then right here we got... I already popped it off. There we go. And that's just it. That's where the batteries go. You can actually see into the controlling mechanism through here. Pretty interesting. Whereas Microsoft and Sony try to hide theirs as well as possible. Now right here you have batteries, which means the weight is actually down in your hands, not up in the back. I'll have to actually try it out to see how it is, but that'll certainly bring for a different style of play. Now you'll notice right here there's actually Ouya engraved on it. If you got a certain backing option through Kickstarter, you would actually have the ability to have a custom name or like your gamer tag put on it. So that's pretty nice. Now what I want to do is grab a controller. Let's grab an Xbox controller, take off the control freak. I can figure out how to get it off. There we go. That thing did not want to come off. So here's your comparisons between the two. So you can see they are very similar. Now I have the newer style one with the slightly improved D-pad. The D-pad still really sucks, but it's better. No mic port, which the Xbox has, as you can see. Similar in size. I think the Ouya controller, the Ouya controller is a bit wider, and the Xbox controller is a bit taller. The Ouya controller is definitely slightly thinner. Not super thin. It's really hard to get those at a right angle. Up top, you can see quite a bit of difference. Now let's try both triggers at once. Yeah, the Xbox triggers I would definitely say are better, especially for something like a shooting game. Now, I don't think shooting is going to be as big on the Ouya as most consoles, primarily because, while this thing does have good enough graphics to support a lot, supporting a decent-looking game at 60 frames a second is probably not going to happen on an Ouya, and I don't enjoy, at least I personally don't enjoy shooters at under 60 frames, so there's that. Let's get the controller off to the side. I'll just put it right next to this. Slide this out. Just let everything fall. So, what do they give us now? You got an HDMI cable, which is very awesome for them to include. Now, I have a crap load, so this is not a big deal. But it's always nice to have more HDMI cables. And then you get 2 AA batteries to power the controller, Duracell, so they didn't go off-brand. And then you have your power adapter. Now, this is actually a bigger power adapter than I thought. But then again, that probably is a good thing, because that means that the power supply unit itself is not in the system, which will probably keep it a little bit cooler and give it more room for air. And then the last thing we have is the Ouya paperwork, including how to turn it on and all of the license agreements and disclaimers. So that's going to be it, you guys. I'll put these back in the shot for you. So you have the controller and the system. Now, I will be doing some extra videos to go a little more in-depth. I do have one planned where I will actually open up the Ouya and show you guys inside, because that does not void the warranty like on most systems, and so it's going to be really cool to check out what it looks like. And I will probably do a more in-depth controller video once I get some hands-on time. I will also be doing plenty of game videos and more, so if you guys would like to see more about the Ouya, the mysterious $100 Android-powered game console, and don't get that mistaken, it's not just going to run phone games. There are a lot of developers making games exclusively for this. Those of you that play Call of Duty, I'm sure you might have heard of Robert Bowling, or 402. He left and started a new company called Robotucky. One of his games is going to be exclusive on the Ouya. It is a prequel to his next-gen console title called Human Element. It's an episodic prequel similar to the original Walking Dead game and how that released in episodes. Obviously episodic. Yeah, so that's just one example. I mean, I know Final Fantasy III is on mobile phones, but they've got a dramatically upgraded version on the Ouya. I know Sega is supporting making Sonic games. I'm sure they're the Android ones, but I know that there are good exclusives, and I will make sure every time that there is like a worthwhile exclusive to make a video on it, let you guys know what's up, which ones, so you guys can make the decision, is this $100 system worth it? Now, there is one other thing for people that don't have super good computers. This is a functional emulator. There are emulators on the market for this, so you can check those out. Also, if you're an indie developer, this is the system to go to because it's fully open source. You can start developing right away for free. So, a lot to think about in this new system. I will let you guys ponder it until my next video, probably tomorrow, where I do a first impressions on this system, like UI and stuff. I will also, I should mention, I'm not going to be doing a review until the 25th of June. 26th of June, probably. Because the 25th of June is the retail launch, and Ouya has repeatedly said, the software on this is not final, and you can definitely tell when using it from what I've seen. It does not look like a final software. So, people that have been doing reviews on the system have not been doing it justice just because of that fact. It's not a finished system. It's like reviewing, if you were to review the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, like, 5 months ago. Like, what the hell? You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't review a system before it's ready. That's not really cool. So, I will make sure to wait to give you guys my review. I will let you know how my experience is, though. That's going to be it, though. Do subscribe if you are interested in the Ouya or any of the other next-gen systems, because I will definitely be getting those as well. That's going to be it, you guys. Bye.